Amend contract with FJC Security Services, Pier-A Security. Okay, Glenn, tell us about that.
Right now, our agreement with the tenant is that they are paying us, they're reimbursing us 50% until the building opens. Once the building opens for business, then we have to come to an understanding.
So when the building opens is in their control.
That's
We
right.
have an agreement that irrespective of how long they take to decide to open the building, we continue to fund 50% of the security. There's no drop dead date by which, okay, we're finished, now we gave you the place?
We certainly have been operating with the expectation that they would be operating in good faith and the building would open as soon as it's
But you and I know
reasonable for it to open.
A significant portion of these delays relate to their efforts to structure, to create a capital structure that generates significant tax credits.
If in any event, we are not complete with the plaza project. We would be obligated to secure the plaza site during the period of our construction regardless, because that's under our control. That's something for which we would be responsible in any event. That schedule has likewise been extended through September because in significant part we had some water main issues that affected us with our ability to finish out the corner of the work there.
When will you be done with the plaza?
We will be finished with the area that's not affected by the water main.
Right.
There's a certain part of the plaza that we're going to have to, along the edge, that we're going to have to do a little redesign on. But aside from that, we should be finished by the first week in October.
So that's when the fencing will come down?
The fencing will come down as we coordinate with the building for the opening of the building.
Is that when they should take over 100%, or has this all been negotiated as a overall
We're still
settlement?
discussing. We're still discussing with the tenant. We're trying to coordinate security plans. We just want to make sure that there aren't any gaps. We don't want to see anything missing. And we're not anticipating. Just want to make it clear, we're not necessarily anticipating that we're going to spend all this money.
I was just about to say, so the 250 is an allocation.
Right.
Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, again, and I read here where a not to exceed number, but when you have security, it's very hard to have a not to succeed number because you're billing by the hours of straight time, overtime for when, and the number of people that are working. So it's really a budgeted number is what we're looking at.
Right.
And that could change to $100,000 a month from now when October rolls around if you sort of decide that it's 100% theirs and we're not paying anymore.
That's right. That's right.
And you're increasing the contract to $1,855,000. Is that just an accumulation
Yes.
since 2011?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
So 5 months for another 250 is the estimate of $50,000 a month.
Right.
But remember, only 60% of it is Pier-A.
And
The
you-
rest of it is Stuyvesant.
But and then
other
of the
things.
60, they're going to do half. So we have to pay the plaza plus half of the building, or they're paying half of the aggregate security, which is,
It's half the aggregate.
okay.
to be reassessed almost on an ongoing basis, now it sounds like.
So in round numbers, they're paying for the building, we're paying for the plaza. If you did 60-40, 50-50 without splitting the hairs. That's what you said.
Yeah, and Sherry's point is, but not to be lost here, remember, this is going to be, because Battery Park is still under construction, and there's not easy access points right now, this is going to be one of the plaza at Pier-A is going to be one of the main access points to the whole Statue of Liberty, ferry, etc. And so this sort of hedging, I guess, we're doing is, we just need to figure out how's this going to work. And I don't know who was mentioning the vendors that want to crowd that site, etc. It's a beautiful spot for these guys with the carts and whatever to set up.
I mean, that's
We've got to
exactly.
monitor that.
That's the point, is that we need to, and we don't know what our needs are going to be until they occur. So we want to make sure that we're covered.
But you're getting the sense of the members that let's get a closure on this, let's get it defined, let's have an end date to it. These open-ended things, and you got a private sector guy and how the allocation and this and that and the other, the quicker this is wrapped up. And once we have clarity, then you're saying you're assessing overall plaza's one component among the whole 92 acres. Whatever we have to do, we'll make sure it's covered in the future to the extent the responsibility is ours. Okay. All right. Anything else on this? All right, we have